Okay, here we have a piece of red oak. It's been seasoned out fairly well, best I can tell. My brother-in-law has a sawmill, and this came from up there. I'm going to have to take quite a bit of material off of this. I have a planer, but I do not want to hoss that thing out of the shed right now. Eventually it's going to be in here when I get into doing this a little bit more. But that is an inch thick, and it is 6 feet in length, which is too long for my draw. Best I can tell is 24 inches. So that bow needs to be 56 inches long, I think. Again, this is I'm not going to say attempt, I'm going to build a bow. So we'll see how it goes. Just a minute and I'll give you the dimensions and everything when I get her laid out. So we'll mark our length here at 56 inches. This is, again, if you have a 24-inch draw like I think mine is. Then we'll cut that critter off right there. I should have brought a speed square, but this is a bow build. There we go. Could actually use that for part of the handle, but I probably won't. So we got our length. Now we got to lay this. So half of 56, 28 according to my math. There's the center. Okay, next you want to find the center, the end of your bow. This is roughly 2 inches, so 1 inch is going to be in the center. See where I marked that. And then you want the end of your bow to be 3/4 of an inch. Let me see if I can get this to show up. So you go 3/8 from your center line this way, 3/8 from your center line that way, and it'll give you 3/4. That's what it's got to taper down to. So you find the center. I forgot to mention this. Find the center of your bow, and you come 4 inches off each side. That gives you 8-inch handle, or riser, I'm assuming they call it. Tell I'm a beginner. And then we got to do our fade out from the end of your handle out to the end of the limb, so we'll be going from 2 inches down to 3/4 of an inch. Try not to shake the camera. All you need for this part is a straight edge. The camera's going to move because I'm on these boards. So, get this mark. One mark. There. I'm off on that one. I'll have to correct it. It's off pretty bad. I was trying to show you all a better view of it. It's okay, I'll fix that. There we go. Disregard that. I'll tell you what, try to do a better job on this other side. There you go. That's a little better. Now I'm going to take, pardon me, the jigsaw and remove that because I don't feel like doing that much rasping and filing. So that mark to the inside, that's not right. The outside mark to the left is the correct one. So that's what we're going by. There's the center. There's our fade out. Alright. Take some of that wood off of there. Nice. So there we got our basic bow shape. This is going to be a flat bow, by the way. Don't know if I mentioned that. Figured I would start out simple. Now, I've got some material removal to do. This is the belly of the bow. This is where you take your material off. As you can see, I've started on it. You never take material off the back of the bow. You leave it as is, if the grain's good. Sound like an expert. We'll see about that. Then on the limb thickness, I'm going to try 3/4 of an inch up here by the handle, taper it down to 1/2 inch at the end of the limbs. Obviously it's going to be the same on both sides. 3/4 of an inch down to 1/2. Now, let me get a straight edge on there and mark that. Tricky to do with one hand. That shows you how much material's got to come off of there. Oh, so and so. Yeah, not the prettiest line in the world. See that? So much material got to come off of there. Got to be done. So I've started removing material. Got quite a bit off of there. Since this is not an ABO build, I've used a couple saws, electric planer, whatever makes it easy on someone I gotta take a bit off of that, obviously, and then do some work to the handle. Got a little flex to it now. I don't have a tillering set up, so I'm just gonna do this one by hand, I guess. So I got to keep working at it, and I'll come back. Got to take some off of there. So I'm slowly getting the material removed. My handle's a little bit too big, obviously, but I'll work on that when I get the rest of the material off these limbs. Sorry, I don't want to take this off the tripod. Take a little more off, and by a little more I mean quite a bit. This, of course, is a cabinet scraper. And this part of the bow out, or to say board, which was a board. So, got my arrow rest marked out here. I came across here about 1.5 inches and then just sloped it off at a 70-degree angle. Not sure if that's going to be adequate. If not, I'll take the jigsaw and maybe widen that out just a little bit. We'll see. So, cut that out with a jigsaw. Definitely going to need a little work done to it. Again, not quite sure if that's going to be a good arrow rest. But I'll prank around with it. I got to start working on this handle. And we'll go from there. So, I got to fire one arrow out of this puppy before it cracked. I should have backed this thing. I was trying to get out of doing that. Didn't want to take anything off of this, the back of it, but you can see the way the grain run there. That was part of the problem. So I'm going to have to learn to be a little more selective about the wood that I choose. But it was cool anyway. I did this today. Just kind of goofing around. You know, it's the only way to learn. So it wasn't a smashing success, but I feel like I'm on the right track. So as soon as I get some time, I'm going to try another one of these. I want to stay with the flat bow. I needed to taper this out, taper that out. There were some other things I could have done better. Like I said, first go around. Like I said, I got one arrow shot out of this thing. So that was kind of cool. And I just got paracord for a bowstring. It's actually not that bad. There were some things I could have done better. Don't think my tapering was what it should have been. But like all this, it's a learning process. It actually fit my hand fairly well. I was taking her down a bit more. Had an arrow wrist and everything. Anyway, the building a primitive bow process continues. It's going to be a pretty one too, where it was out of red oak. So, not back to the drawing board, but just pay a little more attention. And I may put a backing on the next one. I think I probably will. Might try some fiberglass or something. Just till I get the hang of things. So, hope you enjoyed it. Wished I could have shown some more of the stages, but once I get into something, it's kind of hard for me to stop and film everything. Anyway, stayed with me this long. Thanks for watching. We'll try her again as soon as we get a chance.